Hey guys, welcome to the Rusty Beauty's Garage. We are today again on this 1973, I believe, TR6 with a throttle body injection system from Rick Patton installed on it. And we already had 3 episodes of working on the Patton machine. We were not fixing it because it wasn't broken, it just wasn't installed properly by another shop. We took care of a lot of things that they didn't do properly, and we set up the initial settings of the system, and we went for test drives, and we had a BLM table at the end of the last episode that we sent to Rick Patton, and he got back to us with a comment that we have the fuel pressure way too high and we have to adjust it. Meanwhile, though, the owner picked up the car and he went on a longer trip even to Ottawa and back, which is about 500 miles round trip, I believe, and he's pretty happy with the car, but he has it back here because of an oil leak. I already took care of the oil leak, but we're gonna also adjust the fuel pressure now that the car is here, and we're gonna go for another test drive to see if we improve anything. So let me show you first about the oil leak. So the car has a oil filter adapter, which last time I had to take out because the spin-on filter was so tight that I couldn't take it out, so I had to rip it apart literally, and still it couldn't come out. I had to take the spin-on adapter out, and I was able to put it on the bench and take the filter out, and then I put back the oil filter adapter with a new gasket, but somehow I pinched it. So I guess that was my fault, and I already took it out again, changed the gasket again, tightened it, and now it's not leaking. So I'm sorry, David. For the rest, I'm not going to go into details, but the fuel pressure was set way too high. The gauge was showing about 16 psi. While discussing things with Rick and showing him pictures, and he was watching the videos, and he said, well, that's not the original gauge that I sent with this system. So it turns out that that shop also installed the wrong gauge. I mean, it's a pressure gauge, so can be totally wrong, but it wasn't very precise because it was from 0 to 100. So Rick is sending another one that is from 0 to 30, so we're gonna install that in the car one day. But for now, what I did is I used this one and I adjusted the fuel pressure to 11.5. That's what Rick recommends. From 16 I reduced it to 11.5, but then I took my pressure gauge, which is this one, and I have another one also, which I already put away, and I tested to double check that gauge, and it turns out that I was at 13. So it turns out that the gauge on the car is not reading correctly. It's reading a little bit low. So when it was showing us 16, it was actually 17.5 and maybe close to 18. Anyways, I adjusted the pressure with my gauge to 11.5, and when I put the gauge that comes with the car, it was showing 10. So it is off by 1.5 psi. So anyways, let's go for a test drive and we'll see what's gonna happen. November 18th, imagine. It is like spring. I love it. I mean, the longer it is like that, the happier I am. Anyway, so let's go for a test drive now after we lower the fuel pressure, and we'll see what's gonna happen here. Now maybe here I should mention that before, with the higher fuel pressure, the car was running great. The only problem was that at low RPM, as the car starts going, it was like stuttering a little bit. It was hesitating, it was trying to die. So you had to really play with the clutch a little bit and give it more gas, and so it can start going. Once it started going, it was running great and absolutely no issue. Also, the BLM table was showing that it was running rich, especially at low RPM and idle. So let's see how it is going to perform now. Okay, we revved it a little bit more this time because last time we didn't rev it enough, so I'm gonna push it this time. Okay, came off the highway, and I think we got a little bit better numbers now at high RPM, even at low RPM. So now we're gonna go in the small streets in residential areas, and we're gonna try to fill up the center of the table as well. But I think we're doing much better, much closer to 128 than before. Oh well, looks like we're running too lean now. So across the board we are way above 128, I think. So looks like we lowered the fuel pressure too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna raise it a little bit now, but not as much as it was before, and we're gonna go for another test drive. Okay, we're home now, and look at that. So right here in the middle of the table, we're way too lean. So yeah, we're locking fuel pressure. Okay, I adjusted the pressure with 2 psi higher, which I believe should be about 13.5 now, maybe 14. We cleared the table. I mean, we disconnected the battery again, so to clear the data, and we're gonna go for another trip now. Wow, that's not my BLM table. That's something else. This is BLM. Okay, we're going for another trip. All right, I think we are doing much better. I haven't been on the highway yet, so we're gonna go on the highway and we're gonna go no overdrive, so we can keep it a little bit higher RPM, so we can feel the bottom of the table. But so far so good. I'm actually pretty happy with these numbers. They're pretty close to 128, right? That's our goal. So I'm going on the highway now, and we're gonna go home and we're gonna talk more. The car actually drives much better. Before I had a little stutter at traffic lights as I'm trying to go. It needed a little bit something. Now it just starts perfectly. So I think we found the best fuel pressure right now that gives us the best drivability of the car and the best numbers here. All right, this is our final table. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, here we're running a little bit rich, but I wasn't able to visit these cells way too many times, and I'm pretty sure that the ECU already knows that there's a problem there, and it is applying corrections, because I could see as I was driving how the numbers improved more and more. Like the more you drive, the more the computer learns what the numbers are, and the more corrections it makes to make everything go to normal. So the more you drive, the better it drives. That's conclusion. But I'm pretty happy with these numbers, and that's where we're gonna leave it. The car drives much better than before. I mean, it's always been good at higher RPM as you're driving, but I had a little issue as I was starting. Every time I let go of the clutch, it was like, it was stuttering a little bit. Now it is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. And David, also the owner, he also told me that he has this problem, but now it's gonna be fantastic. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it. That's gonna be the end of this series, and I'm sure we're gonna see this car again in the garage, because David, as far as I can see, is pretty happy with my services. He was looking for a mechanic for a long time, and he could never find one that he's satisfied with, and now he can't stop with the compliments. So I am assuming that he's gonna be bringing the car for service here from now onward. So anyway, that's gonna be everything for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and supporting the channel. That's really appreciated, and I'll see you in another video about a different project. We have multiple here on the hoist and outside in the sheds. We have lots of projects, so stay tuned for that. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.